Hi everyone, David here from davidmaudio.com, and in this video I want to show you guys how you can create your own whoosh sound effects using Phaseplant by Kilohearts. Before we jump in though, if you haven't checked the description, check it out. I have some free sound effects for you guys in there. That's it for now. Let's jump into our project and show you guys what we are going to be creating. All right, so here we are in Nuendo, and I have a sound here. So here it is. Here's the patch that I want to recreate with you guys from scratch. So let's have a listen to what we have. All right, so those are the sounds that you can create when you're playing on your keyboard, and that's what I want to recreate with you guys from scratch. So why don't we put that away here, and let's get a new instance of Phaseplant going, and let's get it going. So first thing you'll want to do is start with a noise generator here. So I'm just starting with the default noise file here. You can play with a slope, but I think I left it around here so you get a good balance of all the frequencies. Next thing that I like to do is add an attack, because this is going to be a whoosh, so you don't want to hit hard right as you hit a note. So that's okay like that. I'm also going to add now an LFO. The one I like to use is a ramp down. I mean, you can use the ramp up as well. And I click on retrigger and one shot, so that you only hit it once and then it'll automate the parameters that we're going to automate once, and that's it. So the few things we're going to automate. The first thing is going to be the gain here. And so I'm just going to bring it at 0. Other way around. So I'm going to put positive, so plus 100. So that's why you want the attack, because right now I still find it a little bit harsh. So I'm going to bring that down. So that's pretty good. The next thing I like to automate is the pan. You don't have to, just so it creates more of a whoosh feeling or effect. So it feels like it's going from left to right or right to left. So let's do that again. Maybe I'll do this. There you go. So it's not too much of an effect, but enough to make it noticeable. And now we kind of have a basic shape of the amplitude envelope. So basic shape of the sound that we want. And then we also have it panning from right to left. So with that, now what we can do is start adding some effects. So the first thing I'm going to add is some EQ, because I really don't like that high end. It's really harsh. So that's a lot better to my ears. So what I could do here is I could add another LFO, or even before I do that, why don't we just copy and paste this over here? And I'm going to attach this one to this high here. I'm going to make this unipolar, if I'm not mistaken, and let's see what we can do with that. So I'm actually not going to do that. I'm just going to leave it down for now. Not really doing what I want it to do, so it's okay like this. What I am going to do, though, is automate this. And I'm just going to bring it as high as I can. And then also the bass here. So let's bring this up. Let's do the opposite. So let's make it bassier as it goes along. I don't want it to be too low, though. So I'm going to play with the mid a little bit here. So let's add another envelope. Like this, maybe. Let's attach this to the mids here. Let's make more of an attack. So I'm going to put the release all the way down, sustain down, and just decay. And a bit more. So I want to be the length of the actual sound here. So So I like that. I like that movement, so that's good. So next thing I'm going to do is add a format filter. This should add some a different kind of sound, a different EQ to the sound. So, and I also like to modulate this so that you get change over time. So let's hear it. And I'm going to put the Q all the way down. If you put it high, it'll really stand out. But I don't really want it to stand out. I want it to be really low and kind of just blend right in. So that's pretty good. So that's a pretty good sound so far. So let's keep it going here. Next thing I like to add is a disperser. I'm just going to, what I do is I pinch it and then I, again, modulate the movement of it. So I'm going to bring this down. I actually want to go downwards as it moves. So like that. Again, so the idea behind this is that as the sound progresses, it gets lower and lower in pitch and frequency. So what I could also do is like change the amount so it gets more. So maybe I'll try that. Let's do that. Like that. And maybe I'll do the pinch less and less as it goes down. So I'm gonna do that. Let's do. So it really opens up as it gets to the bottom. It's a little too much, so I'm going to bring this, make it a bit more subtle. So there you go. So that's pretty good already. So let's keep this going. All right, so the next thing that we're going to do here is to add a reverb. So this is just going to add a lot of space to the sound and just add a lot of tail to it. So let's hear it just with the default settings on. So pretty good. I'm just going to bring the mix down a little bit. Maybe the size. So I like that a bit better. It's just the room doesn't sound as tinny, so it's just a little bit more. Great. So I like that. So that's pretty good. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is to, I'm just going to add a pitch shifter here to pitch it. And the idea behind this one here is I don't just want to pitch it up and down, is I actually want it to be that depending on the keys that I'm pressing on the keyboard, I want it to change the pitch of the sound. So if I'm pressing lower on the keyboard, I want it to pitch it down lower. And if I press higher on the keyboard, I want it to pitch it up. So what I'm going to do for that is add a MIDI note here. I'll bring this down a bit like that. And I'm just going to assign this to the pitch. Like that. So I'm going to have to play with this a little bit to see what kind of changes we have to make. So let's make this even wider. Let's make the range less. So let's make it like this. So right now when I'm at the bottom of my keyboard, I can see that the note is right down there, which is what you want. And then when I'm at the top, it's up there. So that's okay. So I'm going to change that a bit. So that's good. And there you go. Now, as you can see, as I'm playing up and down my keyboard, you can see the pitch going up and down. So I'm going to start at the bottom, move up. Now it's quite granularized when you get to the top, which is okay. Like I probably won't really ever use it, but at least I can play around the lower part of my keyboard and get some different pitches and different sounds combinations that I can use. So. And there you have it. So this is the basic patch. for creating a whoosh with Phaseplant. Of course, you can always add some more, effects and things like that, depending on what you want. You can add some distortion and stuff like that. But, this is the basic idea behind it. So anyways, I hope you guys liked that and found it useful, and you could go out now and create your own patch using this method. So I think that's it for this video. If you guys have any questions, please let me know in the comments below. I always do my best to answer them as well. Again, check the link in the description if you want those free whoosh sound effects. And I think that's it for now. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.